welcome to Beer 30. No, it's not Beer 30, it's Stuck in Beta.
Psych!
Welcome to Stuck in Beta. Gosh, it's been a week or so. We haven't done
2
this.
2 weeks.
My name, what is my name? Greg. Yeah, that's it. I'm Greg. With me is Josh and Josh.
Did you take the marijuana or something? What's wrong with you?
I don't know, 6.5% Barry White.
No, there's no way that got to you already.
Well, maybe there's some beer in that cake, right?
So
it cooks out.
How do we get the chat to show? Because we've got some chats going on already.
I was
Well,
wondering if that
hell.
worked.
Well, we didn't test
We're
this,
going to
I
spend
guess.
30 minutes on the show trying to figure this out, and he's going to want to restart the show.
I'm not wanting to restart the show. All right. So, you guys, since we've been gone, Thanksgiving happened. Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
Good enough.
Sure. It's Thanksgiving.
Nothing too exciting happened. I did have a couple of coworkers share some stories, though.
Uh-oh.
One guy had a really large turkey, like 24, 25 pounds.
Oh, geez.
That's big.
Yeah.
And, like, I guess one of those aluminum pans.
Yeah.
And instead of this... Okay, let me tell you the story, and then you say, like, you let me know what you could have done to solve this. So he says that he had it in this pan, and, like, all the drippings and all the juices and everything flowed out, and it was, like, near the rim.
Oh, geez.
So whenever he and his wife went to try to pull it out, the turkey out of the oven, it dripped all over inside of the oven, caught on fire. He said flames were shooting up, like, 6 feet in the air.
No way.
Yeah, they had to grab an fire extinguisher to put this thing out. Ruined Thanksgiving. All over the fire extinguisher stuff went everywhere, all over the
Mike,
side items.
Mike knows about that.
So what could he have done to prevent that?
Use a bigger pan?
Aside from using a bigger pan.
Go with a smaller turkey?
Sure. But you could have gotten the liquids out while it was still in the oven with one of those basters.
Yeah.
Or maybe a big ladle or something and just scoop some into a...
Sure.
Yeah, I thought it was
crazy.
Kind of obvious. But
maybe he wanted a new kitchen.
He said it didn't do any damage to the kitchen or anything like that. It just totally ruined Thanksgiving. They went... He searched around, like Schnucks, Dierberg's, all the grocery stores were closed. He went to Walmart and got some burgers and went back home and fried them up on the grill. Yeah. And then another girl...
Well, they're on the grill. He didn't fry them.
I'm sorry. Grilled them. Sorry. Disappointed in me.
Yes.
And then another girl was telling the story how her mom...
Where did Greg go?
I don't know.
I'm still here.
She... this girl's mom rented a cabin and had, like, invited the whole family to, like, this one, spot, have the whole family together, and they put the pies in the oven and cooked them first, and then were putting the turkey in afterwards, and the turkey would not get done. It wouldn't heat up. Found out that I guess one of the elements on the oven was out, so the turkey wouldn't cook, so it was like no good. They couldn't get it to cook. And then the pies, when they thought they were done because the crust was done on the outside, the inside was like all gooey.
No.
Totally ruined Thanksgiving. So
wow,
yeah, it's crazy. I've never had a bad Thanksgiving experience.
I mean, I've been sick for Thanksgiving, but nothing like where the meal gets ruined or anything like that.
And you always have your birthday on or around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that is true.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I turned the big 40
Whoa!
over Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yep.
Join the club.
Yep. So, guys, the chat isn't working right. But
did you not test it?
Well, it's hard to test because you got to go live to test it.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, I'll do some work on that and we'll get it working.
We'll figure it out.
But you can send us chats because we now
we can view
see
them
it a different way.
We can view them a different way. You just won't see them on the screen, but it's fine.
So my son Caleb, he was wanting to join us. Didn't work out this week, but he wanted to point out that he got me this shirt.
Oh.
Actually, he didn't get it for me. I just inherited it because he's now taller and bigger than me, so he just passed it down.
You look sexy, Josh.
Yeah.
So that's a little weird when the son passes clothing down to... Yeah.
It is, but that's happening in my house.
It's never happened to me.
When you
don't have any sons that are...
Kids,
no.
8 months old and it's a girl.
Well...
But soon enough.
Here, Dad, here's my little frilly underwear.
I put... Yeah, you're right. And she doesn't wear underwear. She wears diapers.
You know what I mean? The stuff that goes, like when she's wearing a little outfit or something, the frilly butt part of her outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'd pay to see you.
I
in
hope
that.
she doesn't have to wear you to get you any diapers.
no,
anytime soon.
no, I hope not either.
Well, but
So, what? So a thing happened to me. Well, wait. Do we want to?
happened?
Do we want to talk about all the Black Friday and all that? And
We didn't. We didn't do anything for Black Friday.
I think. Well, it seemed like Greg, you were purchasing a few items, but they were
Yeah.
just for yourself. You
yeah.
were just
No, I got some that I can't talk
They're
about.
for the house.
Okay.
No. Yeah. There's some for the house.
Yeah.
Some things I can't talk about because they're Christmas presents and other things. But
Millie's not listening.
but
Yes, it was you.
it was.
Go ahead.
Why are you
Greg.
making
Put your
fun
back
of
to me.
That's how I.
Why'd you put your back to me?
I don't know.
Gosh.
So anyway, the
flustered.
best thing
He
I
is.
found was my phone.
It's the marijuana.
I got a new phone. It was $200 cheaper,
That's awesome.
and you get like $200 in Fi credit because I am on Project Fi,
Nice phone
Google's
ringing.
service.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
And funny thing is, today they have a deal where if you buy a phone from them, they'll match the so if I buy a phone for $800, they'll give you a airline or an airline gift card, like Southwest Airlines was one of them, and they would give you $800
Really?
Southwest Airlines credit.
You might be able to
Wow.
get 2
Is that
round
still
trip
going
tickets
on?
for that?
Yeah.
If you buy
probably could.
today, if you get
Text my mom and ask her if she bought because she was going to buy one.
if you get a new Pixel today,
Dogs are going crazy.
someone must be home or there's someone robbing the place. One of the two.
Huh.
So we went. I got some clothes at Old Navy. Molly got a new phone and then returned it on the next day.
Did she really?
Yeah, she loves her iPhone, so know. What are you gonna do? The phone was really cool. She got a Galaxy Note 9 Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool phone. I guess if you're in the Android ecosystem or the Apple ecosystem, you have the one that you like best.
Sure.
And switching over, it takes time to get used to it. And she just was like, I want my iPhone back, so we took it back. She ended up getting a Apple Watch though. And
Oh, really?
she is loving that thing. She's like Dick Tracy talking into her watch and stuff. I don't know.
That just went over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah. Well,
The younger crowd.
Yeah. Well,
I picked up a new table saw on Black Friday.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I know. Real exciting,
Where'd
right?
you get that from?
Amazon.
Oh,
But I
So you really
used-
didn't get it until what? Monday?
I haven't gotten it
Oh.
yet. I think it's going to deliver Friday. But I used a website called Camel. Have you guys heard of that?
yeah.
No.
I had never heard of it before, or I had heard of it recently, but I never used it. And what it does is it goes out and it tracks. You can put in any item into that's for sale on Amazon, and it can show you like a 2-year history of the price of the item.
I think Honey does that
Yeah,
too.
Honey does that
Oh, okay.
also.
God dang it, Greg!
I'm not touching anything.
It's the cord.
It's your shoulder.
You're touching the cord.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. And I put in a price because I saw like last year at this time that it dropped down to whatever price that I put in there, and then it sent me an alert, sent me an email, and said, "Hey, this dropped," and it was on Black Friday, and so I ordered it. That was pretty cool.
Cool.
I've never used it before, but it's a nice service.
Interesting.
Stupid name for a website though. Camel.
Most websites do have stupid names.
Yeah. What are you gonna do though?
Not use it.
Not use it because of the name. And so yesterday I'm at work, and so I listen to my Bluetooth headphones or whatever, and I do occasionally I'll be listening to Howard Stern, and he gets, sometimes he'll get a little more filthy than whatever. Well, I was I was listening, and all of a sudden my headphone, I couldn't hear it anymore. I'm like, what the heck? I look at my phone, then all of a sudden blaring out is blaring out is, and so you were nude. And I'm like, I'm reaching for my phone trying to turn the thing down. So I couldn't, and
So you're nude.
and you know how have you ever had this where you're trying to press a button on your phone and it just won't work?
Yeah. You turn it off, but it's still sounds coming out of it.
This is what was happening. So I'm covering with my hand, trying to turn it down. I'm like, do I have to run out of this place real quick? And
Show me those.
yeah. So
Ooh, yeah.
So luckily, I got it turned down, and I turn around, because we have these students working with us for the next 6 months. And I'm like, I don't know these people. I don't want. And luckily, when I turned around, they were gone at lunch, and there was only one other guy, near me, and he started laughing. I go, well, I guess you'd see that I'm listening to Howard. And he started laughing, and so in the meantime, I turned down all the volumes and controls on that. This morning, I oversleep because my alarm didn't go off because I turned all the volumes down.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, it's so now I just I make sure that the media volume is all the way down, not the alarm.
I had a similar thing happen to me. It was like real early in the morning, and it was our show. I went to listen to it, and
while you're pooping?
No, I was at my desk at work, and I don't know, whatever, similar situation, and all of a sudden you hear, "Hey, welcome to Stuck in Beta." I'm like frantically trying to.
Yeah, you feel like an idiot because it's shouting to everyone.
It's so loud, and you can't. I don't know. It's like you can't find the pause button or turn the volume down immediately.
I was hitting the pause; it wouldn't work. There was another window in the way, and I was. I have the actual buttons that you can turn down the volume. They weren't working. I'm like, son of a bitch, doesn't work when you need it to.
That is funny.
So, what's this campfire beer or whatever?
Yeah, so I thought this story was kind of interesting. That campfire, I guess that's technically, is that the
name of the fire?
Name of the fire?
Yeah, I think so. And was it because it started as a campfire?
They everywhere I read they call it a wildfire, but I mean I guess it can get wild after it's in a campfire. I don't know, but the fires in California, yeah.
Well, I thought they were campfire was like the name. Like I know they were using that hashtag or whatever to on Twitter to send out information like, okay, here's where you could find clean water, here's where you can it was like something campfire, I forgot what it was called.
I think they just call it campfire, but I don't know if it's because it started as a campfire or what. But yeah, Southern California, what is it, Butte County or Butte County, Butte,
Butte,
and it's near Sierra Nevada. So they started this campaign to raise money. They donated $100,000, and then they're going to brew this Resilience IPA, and they kind of reached out to like all craft breweries and said, hey, if you'd like to help support the cause, all money, all proceeds that we're from our brew is going to benefit rebuilding and all that sort of thing. And so like 1,000 different breweries from all over the country have signed up to brew like their own version, or
it's the same recipe.
Yeah. Some of the breweries have already completed their batches, and Sierra Nevada's isn't supposed to come out until January 5th, I think. But there's a lot of local breweries here. Main and Mill here, right down the street, they're going to have a batch. A lot of them in St. Louis. Yeah, Four Hands, Schlafly I saw on there. Modern, I think. I wonder if Anheuser-Busch will do anything for it. They're not on there.
But
they're not a craft brewery, of course.
They donate water.
Yeah, they always give that water.
That's true.
They always
is
have
Bud Light.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they do have cans of fresh water for all those places. I mean,
I can almost imagine
do a
them
lot.
like just donating, money, because they're not a craft brewery. But I think I saw like Miller or somebody was on there too, which is kind of interesting. But the other thing that was kind of cool was that they have their own homebrewers recipe, and I don't know, you guys.
It's a wrong time of year.
It is the wrong time of year. It's an American IPA. It is supposed to be 64 IBU. It sounds like a really good beer, though. It has...
if you like licking pine cones.
Well, does it, because it's a... I mean, is it have some sort of reason to have like a woodsy flavor because of the pine flavor because of the fire?
What kind of hops?
It has just a Centennial and Cascade, and they are added at different times. So there's the at the 15-minute, 80-minute. It says Whirlpool. I'm not sure what that means. And then at the dry hop, Imperial dry hop yeast. I don't know. 11 pounds of raw 2-row.
Well, I don't know if. So what's the? I guess it's just to try it.
Well, it's just a kind of symbolism, I guess, type thing. But I thought it would be kind of cool if we were to brew our own and then compare it to another breweries like Denny's, Main and Mill, or Schlafly, or whatever. If we got a crowler from each and see if there's noticeable differences or they're all pretty similar. We haven't brewed in a long time.
Yeah. It's hard to find.
Reason.
It's hard to find time to brew.
Yeah.
I think that's our biggest problem, man. Huh?
But I thought it was a pretty interesting.
Yeah,
story.
that's pretty cool though.
Pretty inspiring. It'd be interesting to see how much money they raised through that whole campaign.
I bet you it's a lot.
Yeah.
Are breweries gonna put their own little twist on
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sierra Nevada is going to have I think they just finished theirs and it was like 750 gallons, 750,000 gallons.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of local breweries are probably just brewing a small batch.
Yeah.
Just to have a tap. Of it.
Huh. Well, did you hear this, guys? We lost the NFL here in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? 3 years ago now?
2016.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the XFL is coming to St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's official?
Well, it's not official. That's the rumor in one of the reports or something.
It sounds like it's pretty much a done deal. They're having like 10 games, and 5 of the games are gonna be here in.
Is that the Vince McMahon?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think he's part of it anymore, is he?
No, he is. He's the only owner. He's going to own everything.
Huh. Really? Of every team?
Yeah, he said
that's weird.
that he didn't like the reason. He says the reason the XFL failed was because the 1.0 or whatever. It failed because you had all these owners wanting to do something, and there wasn't like
an overall oversight, governing body or whatever.
And I think he says that's the reason it failed. I think it was more that no one was watching it.
Yeah.
Because no one was taking it serious, because didn't they have like it wasn't didn't like the cheerleaders really like, or am I thinking of that movie Basketball?
I don't know if I ever saw anything
I don't think I
XFL
did.
related. I know there was Arena League football, which was only like 50-yard.
That was different though. That's where Kurt Warner got his start.
Yeah, wasn't it a 50-yard field?
I don't know that it was that much.
It's the same as like a hockey.
That's 200 feet.
Yeah,
the Arena League.
Yeah,
but is XFL a standard?
No, it's standard.
Yeah, it's regular.
Okay.
So, and
what's the difference?
I know this time he wants to do it pretty much family friendly and all that. So,
but is it? I mean, what's the difference between that and the NFL? Besides,
I thought they had.
I mean, is the rules the same?
They had some different rules.
There weren't kickoffs. They raced for the ball.
You put the ball in the middle, and that's kind of like dodgeball. And
he'll probably make all of his players stand for the national anthem.
Yeah, I mean there's a few differences, but I never really I knew it was on, but I never really watched it.
Was his league did it have a season in the past, or
yeah?
It's
One
been
or
going
two.
on.
Yeah, one season,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was so.
I think he sees a chink in the armor with the NFL right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I mean,
But
but
he
it's
sees an opportunity.
2020 is when it's
Gonna roll out.
gonna
here.
roll out, and obviously he's not gonna. Or you want to finish with love? He's not gonna.
Woo! Another shot of
Don't
beer.
be so generous.
He's not gonna put it up against the NFL. I'm sure he'll do it
Saturdays.
after the Super Bowl.
Summer season.
Summer
Yeah.
Did you see the St. Louis Board of Aldermen voted today for approval of an MLS stadium? They finally got their heads out of their butts.
Really?
Over
So
that.
they're
Unanimous 8-0 approval.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting. Huh.
Are any of you guys interested in that?
I'm interested from the standpoint that it's something positive for the city,
Yeah.
but I mean,
won't
soccer,
go.
yeah.
Martin Kilcoyne, one of the local St. Louis TV sports guys, made a comment yesterday. He's like, am I a diehard soccer fan? No. But am I happy that St. Louis is getting another sport that might thrive and bring people downtown and bring
Right.
other businesses downtown and tax revenue downtown? Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. That's the way I see it too. I would go for the atmosphere and to see what it would be like. I mean, if it
I
draws-
hear they're blast. I hear those games are so much fun.
Yeah, if it draws a nice crowd and if the stadium actually turns out and looks like it does in the artist renderings, which
Right.
I think are really cool with the sky, like I don't know what you call them, like the skywalks and everything, that really looks like a cool place to be.
Now they're talking Union Station
Next
Is that-
to, on
Yeah.
the west side, that west vacant lot there.
Yep.
Well,
Which could revitalize Union Station too, possibly.
Well, they're
That
already working
aquarium,
on that. That's
yeah.
going to be an aquarium.
No.
yeah, because they took
There's nothing
Hard Rock's
in there.
out.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing is that Landry's. Everything else is
Well, in the hotel.
yeah, the hotel's pretty awesome, but
Well, the lobby is. The hotel sucks.
no, I've only seen the lobby.
I had a conference there a couple of years ago, and it wasn't great.
So Kiss come their final world tour.
Oh,
or
yeah.
tour of
Final World Tour 2018.
I mean
When are they? They're coming this
2019.
summer. This summer.
September 2019.
This is it.
That'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I mean, how many final tours
Yeah.
have they had? So
They
I
gotta
don't
be
know,
getting
though.
up there, right? In their 70s.
Oh yeah, probably.
they were up there 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I just don't. I would like to see them because.
Oh, yeah.
It's Kiss.
I guess you can't tell how old they are behind the makeup, right?
Oh yeah, they'll never not have the makeup anymore.
I mean, Gene Simmons had that reality show at his
Yeah.
house.
yeah, he's a interesting guy.
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
Oh man, you want to go to snack?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna have to get another beer.
Cashews, almonds, macadamia nuts, lilac, pecans too, pistachios. Live up to know the tricks.
So, Pate isn't watching live.
No,
but,
he listens after the fact.
So he wanted me to get this, basically to torture you guys.
Yeah, he's good for that.
Yeah. So he saw this.
Oh Jesus!
And he's like, "Oh, here's one for." I go, the Joshes don't really like. Oh, get it anyway. I love to see
no.
Bauman.
Yeah.
So,
It must be. I can't quite see it, but I'm guessing it's peppermint and.
so
Chocolate, yeah.
this is the limited edition
Oh, good.
Of course.
Oreo because we
No
can't-
one likes it.
we have Peppermint Bark Oreos.
And it's the chocolate Oreos too. Oh yeah, it's a double negative for you. They smell so good. So I'm gonna love these. I can tell you already. You guys will not. And of course, it's like double stuff. You don't like chocolate and mint. No, not at all. Peppermint Bark, limited edition.
I can.
Oh yeah.
I can just smell it. I don't need to eat it.
It's like once it enters your mouth, it's like blah.
That's what she said.
These are so good.
No, this is disgusting.
Oh.
I mean, they're basically like Thin Mints.
Yep, that's exactly what they are.
And Thin Mints are delicious.
Nope.
You guys are like very rare. Thin Mints are the number one Girl Scout cookie.
Crackling.
Well, there's pieces of.
Yeah.
None of you like candy canes.
No, not really.
Not really, but I mean, occasionally.
What kind of toothpaste do you use?
And maybe that's why I don't like peppermint.
Yeah, maybe.
It's associated with toothpaste.
I use a sensitive Colgate.
That's gross. No, not eating another one of those.
Thanks a lot, Pate.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Almost said it.
Well, Pate's one of our guys that donates, and you can too. Go ahead and
Thanks, Pate.
go ahead and donate. Head over to stuckandbetapodcast.com. Hit the little donate button, and you can tell us what snack we want to buy. Just donate and give us your.
Yeah, I guess you can tell us to buy something that's disgusting again.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll eat it. We'll eat it if you want us to eat it. Donate and tell us.
Be careful with that.
Or beer that you want us to try.
Yeah, or beer. Yeah, as long as we're able to find it.
Or you can just send it to Greg.
Or you can send it.
We'll gladly give you Greg's address.
You can
Send us an email.
You can DM any of our social medias, and we'll respond. So,
Did either of you watch that documentary on Casey Kasem? Not really documentary, but
I saw you send something, and I didn't get a chance to look at it.
it was 40 minutes long. It was a 48 hours story. I guess it aired Sunday night.
Mm-hmm. I watched like the first 15 minutes of it or so.
It didn't get good until about 30 minutes in.
Okay.
It was really weird. So you kind of mentioned that Casey Kasem, his wife, his second wife, was kind of crazy.
Yeah. She's really kooky.
Really kooky. She was on Cheers. She was like a third bit kind of actress on Cheers for a while. Big old large-chested blonde woman.
Really? So she wasn't a regular. She was just like a.
Yeah.
like she dating?
She was dating.
sorry.
She was dating the. I cannot think. I can picture the guy, but I can't. I don't remember what his role was. Anyway, so as the story went, Casey Kasem married this lady. It didn't take long for the kids to become estranged with their relationship because they claimed the mom was crazy and trying to lock them out of his life so she could have all of his money. Long story short, he got sick with Lewy body disease, which is kind of like a Parkinson's disease. She had him in an assisted living center, and the kids, she was trying to hide it from the kids. Well, the kids found out. They went to visit. Once the kids knew where he was, she took off at 2 a.m. She took him out of the assisted living center and didn't tell anybody. Made the nursing staff remove all the IVs and stuff. And they were in L.A. or San Francisco, somewhere in California. Got him in a car, took him to her friend's house in Seattle, Washington, or Vancouver, one of the two. Up there, was there for a couple weeks. The kids found him again, showed up, got the cops involved. The cops got him out of there in more or less claiming elder abuse because he had like pneumonia. He had a couple other infections, had a bed ulcer on his leg that was 3rd degree.
Ew.
Wow.
Of course, she's claiming that was all fabricated and lies. She goes off the deep end, threatens all the kids, all this stuff. The kids get him to the hospital. He dies like a couple weeks later because he was so malnutritioned and had infections and stuff. Well, once he dies, the wife has full control over his remains. She bounces around the world. She like takes off in an airplane with him on ice.
What?
To somewhere in Canada for a couple weeks, hiding from the kids. Winds up somewhere in Europe, and then winds up in like Norway and buries him in Norway.
Really?
Without the kids there? Yes.
Oh man.
It is
That is
the weirdest story.
How long ago did he die?
2014, I think
it
it's.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that is interesting.
It is
I didn't.
crazy.
I knew about the fighting over the will type stuff or whatever.
No, it was way crazier.
His family seems a little out there as well, though. His daughter, at least the one that's primarily on there.
Somewhat.
But I wonder if how much of that's like editing and just like production of the 48 hours.
You got to think there's 2 daughters and a son. The son wasn't interviewed. The 2 daughters were interviewed. The one daughter's a physician's assistant. So she's got to have her crap together.
Yeah.
The other daughter is a radio personality in LA, I think. Very successful, and that was her point. She's like, "Look, we're not doing this for the money. We each have enough money. We own our own houses. We have very successful careers. We don't need the money.
Yeah.
We just wanted to see our dad."
Yeah.
It was just weird. It was really weird.
Yeah, it's so weird that something like that, a very prominent figure,
Casey Kasem of all people. Yeah.
For what, 60? No. 30, at least 30 or 40 years he did that.
Started in the 60s.
Yeah, in the 60s to the 2000s. I mean, 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, he did all the voices, like
Scooby-Doo.
Shaggy.
Yeah.
And I think he came back and did Shaggy again after, like later, maybe in the late 90s.
They had video footage of their wedding. Guess who was the minister at their wedding?
William Shatner.
No, close.
I saw the clip, but I didn't see
The Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Oh my goodness, that's weird.
Yeah. No, it was definitely worth it. Some of the storyline and like lead up and teaser and dramatic music was kind of hokey. 48 hours. I was kind of
it seemed like
disappointed in the quality of it, but the story itself was just crazy.
Huh. That's interesting.
What else you been watching? What you been watching, Greg?
We started watching Yellowstone. Either of you watched that?
Yellowstone
On Paramount Network. It's got
Paramount Network.
Used to be Spike.
Oh, that's Get Shorty's on the Paramount Network, I believe.
It has Kevin Costner's the main guy in it. He owns the largest ranch in Wyoming, I think. More acreage than Rhode Island. It butts up against the National Park Yellowstone, and it butts up against a big Native American Indian reservation. So he's constantly fighting with the feds about the park and fighting with the Native Americans about land rights and stuff. Last year was the first season. I think there's 9 episodes. Everybody that I've talked to that has watched it say it is absolutely fantastic. So we've watched like an episode and a half, and it's pretty darn good. Reminds me a lot of Sons of Anarchy, kind of that dramatic, underhanded, I'm gonna gang activity, kill you stuff.
What's it called again?
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
You mentioned Get Shorty.
Yeah.
And that's on Netflix now.
Oh, is it?
I guess it's just the first season.
First season. Did you start watching that?
I did. That show is awesome.
It's good.
I love it. We're only, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, but it is fantastic.
I love both those characters. I like both the
Ray Romano and Chris
O'Dowd. Yeah.
That show is really well filmed too. I like the just different angles and stuff that they do with it.
It's kind of different roles for both those guys. Though. It Chris O'Dowd is like basically a gangster type guy. It's kind of it's weird seeing him in that role.
Yeah. And Ray Romano is what is he, a film producer?
Yeah. Down on his luck film producer. Yeah.
Speaking of Down on His Luck, another show that we started watching that came out recently was The Kaminsky Method. And that's a Netflix show. It has, Alan Arkin and, I just forgot the other actor's name. But it's worth checking out. It's pretty good. It's a comedy. It's only got like 10 episodes, but they're both like old, like in their 80s. Well, the other guy's not quite in his 80s. You would know who it is if I told you, but I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. But anyway, it's a good show too. That's what we've been watching.
So, one that I've been watching. You know how I'm a big.
He's got a grin on his face. I know. That's kind of what. That's where I'm thinking.
It's not even that. It's the total opposite of that.
Mr. Rogers.
When I was a kid, I loved He-Man.
Here we go.
He-Man, I loved. And then She-Ra came out, and back when, you had to watch it in secret because you couldn't let your friends know that you were watching She-Ra because, it was a whole boy-girl show type thing.
Yeah,
but
nobody would have been
She-Ra
watching.
had cooler bad guys, Hordak and all that. Anyway,
Are you watching She-Ra?
I am watching She-Ra on Netflix.
I just want to say that kids may have made fun of you back when you were little for watching She-Ra. Adults, including the two guys in this room, will make fun of you now for watching She-Ra.
It's a good show. You guys don't like.
Oh,
the
now he's
original?
all dejected
Yeah.
now. He's
You guys
mad
don't
at
like
us now.
mint
You
chocolate.
guys stupid.
No, you've never seen it, so you
Is
can't
this the
comment.
originals?
No, it's
Oh,
brand new.
okay.
It's
Live
a-
action. It's
a-
real. They're not wearing much.
Oh,
no.
I
Yeah.
might be interested.
It's
Is it really live action?
no, it's
Oh,
it's
I would have
animated.
checked it out.
It's animated. It's
Can you watch it with the sound off?
no, it's it's really good. It's a good story. It reminds me of it's
Okay, you should go and you should tell us to do our homework and go watch 2 episodes of
yeah, go
She-Ra.
watch a couple episodes.
All right, I
Our
will
friend,
do that.
Our friend needs to get it on Plex. I guess.
He will never watch.
I thought
It's
you
on
said it's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
I will do it. I will watch 2 episodes.
Well, you
Before
have
next
to
week.
because I think 1 and 2 are kind of
Very
like
deep storylines. that
They're
lead
the
to-
origin story.
Connected.
They are connected.
All right. Okay.
Do you
We'll
remember
see.
the story He-Man and the sword and all that?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Lori, if you're still listening, I saw that she joined, but we have one watcher, one listener.
I don't know.
Mike also commented. But anyway, Lori, if you're still listening, we're going to watch She-Ra maybe tonight, maybe Friday night.
Oh,
Did you guys know the term Netflix and chill?
yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Did your kids teach it too?
Did-
No,
Yeah.
I think
Did
I
you
heard
learn
it on
that
the
5 years ago when it was popular?
Really? Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Holy cow! No, that one went right over my head. But I think I had been kind of saying that for a while. That's why everybody would snicker
kids
whenever
are
I
like,
said
Yeah.
Me and your wife are gonna watch Netflix and
me and your
chill.
wife.
Me and your wife.
Me and
I was.
me.
I would tell this guy, "Hey, me and your wife are."
Yeah, right. Me and your mom are gonna Netflix and chill. They're doing it again.
I'd be like, "What?"
Yeah.
I don't get it.
It's reruns of Friends. What?
That's why your kids were so happy when they'd come and say, "I'm going over to so and so's house to Netflix and chill." Okay, have a good time.
Yeah, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
these kids are so good.
Make sure you wear your protection. Don't forget to put on your seatbelt.
we have the best kids. No,
They
I
sure like Netflix.
I just heard that on the radio like maybe a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, it's like I think it wasn't like a rapper or something.
I don't
Someone
know.
Coined it.
that yeah.
Well, didn't we have a friend that used to say that his code was going to play Rock Band with a girl?
We had a mutual friend that said that. I wouldn't know who we would have in common as a friend.
The first 2009
Wow,
Oh
10
my
years,
God.
9 years ago.
first recorded non-sexual use in a tweet posted 2009.
Non-sexual use.
Non-sexual.
Other social media. I don't know. I don't want to read this. The infamism believed to have established.
Euphemism.
I say it a different way. I say sabotage.
It's the French
mid
pronunciation.
2014.
No, wow, it's still
Really?
4 years ago, 4.5 years ago.
Huh.
Man,
I guess
yeah,
we're just
you were
hipper
like
than you.
right on, huh?
We're just hipper than you.
Obviously. And then I said something to Lori. I go, "Did you know this?" And she said,
Because
"Yeah."
That's why we got excited when you wanted to watch Netflix.
I think there was like this T-shirt site that has a new T-shirt every day, new design. I thought it was a few years ago they had Freddy Krueger. It said Netflix and kill.
No.
You know. So
Yeah,
it's been around a while.
I was way behind on that one.
Some Australian pop group wrote a song. Okay, that's enough of that.
There's a song called Netflix.
Down
and
that
shit?
rabbit
Apparently.
hole. I bet Pate knows about the origins of Netflix and chill.
So you want to know about all Google Home Nest stuff that we were carrying on about?
Yeah, so I was thinking about that.
We got 20 minutes to go over this, guys.
And we can take all 20.
We can go into
easily.
pop
I
culture
don't know
too.
how, I don't know how, but this episode has flown by. We've kept it very concise, stayed on point.
You threatened us before the show. That's how.
Yeah,
Keep your topic short.
keep it short. Is that
What he said, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't.
did.
I didn't hear you when you said that.
Yeah,
I kind of
paying attention
ramble.
like he normally does.
I ramble, so all my stories
Pre-show meeting, and Greg's
Yeah.
go on and on.
screwing with the computer.
Well, I was trying to get the chat window working. All right.
That could have been it.
So I was thinking about that. The barrier to entry on this is really cheap. So you can pick up a Google Home Mini or an Amazon Alexa Dot, the hockey puck one. $25, $24 right now. Then you could get, what were those cheap smart outlets, Greg, that you and I bought? They weren't TP-Link.
yeah.
They were something else.
Wise something or other.
Those were really cheap. I'm going to say like $11.
Yeah.
And you get 2 smart outlets, and they plug into an outlet, so you don't have to replace an outlet.
Use them for
you
the
know?
Christmas tree.
That's
is
what
the
I.
best thing.
One of ours is on the Christmas tree right now.
And the Google Home controls those, and you
Yeah.
control the Google Home by your
Yep.
voice.
With Google Assistant, you can tie all that stuff together. So then, I mean, it just depends on how much money you want to spend.
So I'm a guy who has
Likes girls.
0 smart
I'm a
devices
guy.
in my house except for my phone.
Right. So really, you already
and my-
have one.
And my
Yeah, it's on your phone.
and my router, which
Yeah.
my wife now frequently tells me, turn the Wi-Fi off.
Oh,
'Cause
really?
She's mad at the kids or something. So that's all I really have. So
It would work with your phone. You don't actually need a Google Home Mini. It's the same Google Assistant that is in your phone runs the Home and Home Mini.
These are just listening all the time.
yeah.
Well, they're listening for the keyword.
Yeah. So right now they were they were $25. Now the minis, if you buy 2, you can save $40. So what's that? $30 a piece for these things. So you get them for $30 on Google's website.
Far apart do you need to space them? Or like how far away from you can it
So
hear?
I mean, here you could have one in your living room upstairs, and then
Yeah,
your little downstairs
You're loved in.
Yeah.
seating area.
Netflix and chill area?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you call the downstairs.
Just downstairs.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah.
The master suite.
Ensuite, right?
Ensuite, yeah.
So yeah, here's what I was talking about.
So I'm a guy coming into this completely, new.
Nude?
and I want to start slowly introducing smart technology into my home. Now, I don't have any like appliances
No,
or
I
anything
don't
like
either.
that.
I got the doorbell. Coolest damn
You
thing
guys
I've
have been
bought.
talking about that a lot lately. The doorbells and the
On my other radio show.
he was in our
Yeah, he did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you end up buying the ring?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
We got. Never mind. I can't say.
I do like the idea of security.
Yeah.
That's what. So if I had to
so
if I had to prioritize, like, do I care about being able to flip off a
you have
light switch or
Chromecast,
whatever?
right?
Yeah, the old version
Okay.
1 or whatever.
Yeah, doesn't matter. So what I would recommend you doing, and this would be very, very hard to argue against. So I bought 2 of them. One was a Christmas gift. The Nest outdoor camera.
Yeah.
You get that thing rolling, and then you can say, hey, Google, show me the backyard or show me the front porch. If that's where you have your camera,
Okay.
it'll show it on the Chromecast on the TV.
Huh. That's cool. So you can you plug in multiple cameras to it
Oh, yeah.
and just say
Nest,
show me?
Yeah, you got to name them.
Yeah.
And then so Nest has a whole array of devices. Like that's my doorbell is a Nest doorbell. My thermostat is a Nest thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
These outdoor cameras are Nest outdoor cameras. So I can say turn down the thermostat.
Right.
I can say show me the front door, and it
And-
shows me the camera inside the doorbell.
So what if he got Ring brand? Would he be able to view that on any of his devices?
If Alexa was your smart home assistant, I believe so.
I know you could still talk to them through Ring. You're not able to talk to
Through your phone. Through the app on your phone. I don't know that you can do it through Home because Google and Amazon are not getting along
Ring,
right now.
is that owned by Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Maybe
Amazon bought Ring about 1.5 years ago.
Oh, maybe I do remember that.
Yeah. And Nest owns Google, so
they both kind of they're trying
Google
to keep
owns
up
Nest.
with.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep up with each other.
did I say it the other way?
And I mean, right now, I think the Ring has more products because they've been around longer.
I would
As far as the security,
Yeah.
stuff
I don't
goes.
know because they both have outdoor cameras, they both have indoor cameras, they both have doorbells.
Well, the one thing for me, I don't have a doorbell in my house,
Yeah,
so I'm not
right.
wired for a doorbell. I
Yep.
can't get the Nest doorbell. Yeah, Nest Hello.
And they say that the rechargeable lithium-ion battery pack and the Ring doorbell will last a month or more on each charge.
Yeah.
So that would be one barrier. If you don't have a doorbell on your house, that rules out Nest. Wiring was super. I mean, 15 minutes. I had this thing up and ready to go.
But you could still get the security cams and hook
Yeah.
those up.
Yeah.
If you're just worried about security, you can hook those up. But you do have to pay. How much is the service?
It's like $30 a camera a year, I think, for 5 days of video.
Yeah,
So I can go backwards in time 5 days.
It saves it on their cloud on their
Yeah.
servers.
And I get
that's
alerts
cool.
anytime it senses people or motion. Or the really cool thing is they started doing facial recognition. So, like if Jackson walks up to the front door, it'll say Jackson's at the front door. Yeah.
So you just get like an alert on your phone that says that?
Yep. The home alerts too.
Does
That's cool.
the Ring, or I mean, does the Nest? The Ring has that option where you can connect with your local police.
That's their security system.
Now, like, is there any? There's nothing like that.
Nest has an alarm system as well.
Okay.
It's quite a bit more expensive, I think.
So basically, if something goes down, I guess the police can look right into your. Or
No.
How
All it does is alert them.
Oh, okay. Huh. Now, one thing that I've noticed, okay, so porch thieves are a big thing.
Stealing your packages in the porch pirates. Porch pirates, that's the so if you have one of those, you'll see them pull up and drive away. Sometimes if you're on a road where it's just straight, you have visual of them, but you have no visual of their car and their license plate. You and I both live in cul-de-sacs, so they would have to. You would have, even with a 1080p camera, you would have a very hard time making out a license plate.
I think you'd have an easier time since they literally have to turn in front of the camera.
I tried zooming in on mine the other day on something, and you would have a very hard time seeing a license plate.
It gets very grainy and pixelated and everything.
And even though I think my Nest Hello is 720p, it might be 1080p.
But if you had a partial and a model of the car, or you'd be able to give that to the police, and they
In
could
theory.
probably
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
Because if you can make out like a P and an 8 or something like that, they could probably sum that down.
Yeah.
But anyway, one feature that you're listening to
Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
No, that's mine.
Oh, you can't.
Oh yeah, what are you doing outside of here? You're probably gonna get Frank calling you. What are you doing? No. One thing I like, I have Chromecast plugged into just about all my TVs because they were so cheap that I have a bunch of those.
Have you bought any of the new ones?
No.
Okay.
Which version do you have? 2?
I have
Or one?
like 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
I've
you
got
do.
all ones.
Or 1, 2, and Ultra. But where I have them plugged into the TVs, you name the TV, and I don't think this TV will do it, but a lot of TVs will turn on when you access them.
Yeah.
If you have that, it's nice. You can say the command to talk to your Google Home or your Google Home, and You could tell it to turn on that particular TV,
Huh.
and it'll turn it on.
Oh, I didn't know
Or
that.
turn it off, too.
It's a particular protocol. I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it, but it's more or less a protocol over HDMI that sends a signal to the TV and tells it to turn on.
Yeah, and turn off. So,
Will
like,
it turn off?
yeah,
I've never done
because
that.
I have we put in a thing when we leave the house. I say goodbye dogs. That's my little code, and it does like 3 commands. It turns the lamp on, it turns off the TV, and it turns the Google Home to the radio. And it's just something we have noise playing for the dogs while we're gone because, like, it all started with like 4th of July and stuff like that when there was lots of stuff outside. And we're like, let's just put that on. Maybe it'll. But
So my Chromecast isn't plugged into my TV. It's plugged into my receiver.
oh,
So what would that?
I don't know if that
probably
wouldn't
wouldn't
work.
I mean, it would still display, but it's not going to turn the TV on for you.
That would be. So here's what I got going on downstairs.
You could say, Google, it's Netflix and chill time. Dims the lights, turns the TV on Netflix.
The nice thing is through that
Play some Barry
I don't-
White.
Yeah.
through your regular Google Assistant you can't set up this, but through your Google Home you can set up different keywords to
Yeah, you can. I did it last night on your phone.
keyword, like you can tell it
I can say good night.
and it'll shut off everything. So it does work with the phone too.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Huh.
But that's good to know. But it's very nice. Like, I use that a lot. Like, my Christmas lights are 2 different outlets. You put them I have them in a room. One's a Christmas tree, one's like a doorway little light, and I have them in a room that I call Christmas lights. So when I say turn on the Christmas lights, turn off the Christmas lights, it turns them both on.
I mean, that's cool, but I have all my Christmas lights on a timer.
Yeah, I mean, there you go
I don't
too.
ever have to worry
You
about
can't be
talking.
Christmassy outside the timer.
Yeah, what if
I can't. No, I can't.
Well,
I have to go over to each switch, which I have like.
what if it's dark and stormy one
Yeah.
day and you're like, man,
And you want to see Christmas lights.
You know what problem I would really like to solve? So downstairs, I have in my downstairs living room, I have a receiver, I have a TV, and I have a Roku stick. I think it is right.
Buy a new TCL TV with Roku built into the TV. Problem solved.
Do you know which problem I have?
No, but that's the solution.
Three remotes.
Yeah, that's the solution.
A new what TV?
TCL is the brand.
Okay.
You can get it on Amazon. You can also get them at Walmart. My parents bought a big 55-inch one last year. I bought one for Jackson's bedroom last year. It's
got Roku built in.
Roku built in. You have one remote, and it controls Roku, the TV, the whole shebang.
What about my surround sound receiver?
Why do you have it? Oh, because you have surround sound. You're one of those people.
What do you have?
I have,
TV.
You don't have any bass?
Downstairs I do, but we don't.
Yeah.
Josh, I have a Apple
Yes,
TV.
Craig?
Josh?
I have an Apple TV. Josh, in case you didn't know, I'm talking to one of you. I've got an Apple TV, and a receiver, and I have a universal remote.
Yeah.
I bought for like $6. It controls all 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've tried to do some research to see if there's something that can control the Roku and my Roku is
The newer Roku has a volume. Does yours have a volume control?
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, it has a TV power and a volume, and that's because we just got some for my parents.
I'm actually considering upgrading that because like once a month or so, I have to like unplug it and reboot
I tell you
it.
what, that TCL television is nice.
Really?
Yep.
TCL.
And man,
They're cheap.
you missed out. I mean, there was
a
sales on Roku's and all
that was
It's
the
all right.
big. Was it
You don't
Walmart?
have to go to the store. You can buy them online.
No, Amazon
I
deal.
know.
Walmart or Amazon. 65-inch 4K TCL for $398.
Wow.
$398 if you couldn't hear us over the crackling.
Sorry.
We were frying some dinner.
Yeah, making some bacon.
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah.
So here's what I was talking about.
I texted my mom.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Choice of travel gift cards equal to the phone purchase value. Options include Airbnb, Delta Airlines, Hotels.com, and Southwest Airlines.
Is it still $200 off too?
No.
Oh,
So that's the only thing.
but still, they're going to Napa this summer, so that would pay for their airfare to Napa.
Yeah, because if you're buying the XL, the low price for that is $899.
$900. Well, gentlemen, it's about that time.
It's been a good show.
Well, guys, I'll try to get this chat window working next week if you're watching live. But subscribe on iTunes, Google Play. Check out, we got our RSS feed on stuckinbetapodcast.com. Also, subscribe to all our socials as well. And donate. You want us to try a food or a beer? Or you just like us? That's a good reason, too.
Or we'll stop talking. $20 gets 3 minutes of dead air.
$20 is 3 minutes of dead air.
Couldn't they just turn us off?
Is that something they... Well, okay.
We could say dead air sponsored by.
Hey, if you donate...
That's good. I like that.
If you donate, you can let us... We're
learning some stuff on your real show, right? Haven't you?
No.
You can tell us what you want from us. Maybe you want us to
Netflix and chill
talk
with
more of a certain topic. Maybe you like She-Ra. All you She-Ra fans out there, you gotta back me up here.
I think you're crazy.
But you're not gonna watch it, so I don't know why you even talk about it.
Man, such angst from you.
I'm going to
tonight.
watch it. I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
2 episodes.
Okay.
Angry butt.
Maybe I'll get sucked in. I don't know.
By She-Ra.
He's got money he's going to throw down on this.
No, I'm paying Greg for that beer.
Oh. So anyway, subscribe to all our stuff, and I guess that's it. Are you ready with the button?
Sure.
We'll see you next time.